Mr. Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General, thank you for being here. I spent a week last year with General Fernandez in Camp Lemonnier and went into many of the various countries over there, and it's not possible to explain to people just how vast that territory is unless you actually get to see it from an airplane or a helicopter. And there are tremendous sums of ungoverned territory out there. We have seen in the past where China has attempted to actually purchase land in areas like Iceland. Are we seeing the Chinese try to actually purchase land, significant amounts of acreage in Africa?
Well, Congressman, I would just say that the port in Djibouti is not the last port that China will build on the continent. There are some indications of looking for additional facilities specifically on the eastern coast, because again, it ties into the Belt Road concept. So they have access to move their goods in and out. But, you know, again, this is their plan. It's out there, and they're really executing it. So Djibouti happens to be the first. There will be more.
One of the things that I remember from that trip is that the Chinese actually had a hospital ship in the port of Djibouti. And of all the things that I heard from General Fernandez and the other people that we met with over there, the one thing that surprised me the most was to actually see a hospital ship where they're now delivering services to the citizens, and certainly happy that the citizens are getting that. But that seemed to be a marked change in the Chinese approach to influence in a country. You mentioned the ISR and the lack thereof. The J-STARS fly out of Robins Air Force Base. It's a platform that we have spent tremendous sums in development of, and now we're ready to purchase the new J-STARS platform. And the Air Force did not, China and Russia. The potential loss of those ISR platforms because of the shift towards China and Russia, what impact would that have on a continent like Africa and on the AFRICOM mission?
Congressman, one of the things that, from our ISR perspective, is we desire, and I continue to advocate for, access to all of the intelligence capabilities, signals intelligence, ground movement, for example, video, signals, and the like. That's how you put a picture together. So the J-STARS does play a place in that. It has a piece in that. And so from our perspective, interestingly, the National Defense Strategy does talk about readiness in China and Russia. But the specific parts about Africa, though, still deal with by, within, through, and this terrorist-type threat. Now, we know where the priority is, and we know when it comes to making hard decisions on assets, we understand that. But I would just say that from our perspective, that any intelligence from the various levels, as I just described, are helpful to us.
It seems to me that that stopping the procurement at this stage to develop another system might actually delay the ability. We simply won't have the platform or a platform to develop to deliver the ISR to you if we delay the purchase in hopes of being able to buy another system in the future. Any information that you could give us about the links between the terrorist organizations inside the continent of Africa and links to terrorist organizations inside the U.S.?
Congressman, in this session, what I would say is that the links that we see deal more directly with ISIS core, deal more directly with AQ core at this point in time.
I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman, so I'll yield the remainder of my time. General, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next session.
Mr. Panetta.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.